I've got just under 100 pieces of loot on my ship, but if you want to see the treasure pile and how much gold we'll get from selling it all, stick around as we embark on a journey using the most underutilized feature in Sea of Thieves, the quest board. Our journey would begin like any other, waking up in the local tavern after another drunken escapade, before shuffling over to the quest board. It turned out that I only had 57 gold to my name, unable to afford even a single voyage from the trading companies, so it was even more critical that we completed some of these quests. A quick anchor raise, sail adjustment, and we were off. And here I was, plotting the course to take through the Devil's War when... Why do I hear boss music? It turns out that the server we had landed on was primed for a Kraken strike. And what do you know? It wanted to pick on little old me just as I was leaving the outpost. You know, I remember back in the day, players would theorize that the Kraken would attack the ship that had the most treasure on it. Let this video be proof this is not the case. Luckily, we were on a sloop, so all we had to do was avoid being inhaled by one of the tentacles and focus fire on just a couple of them until the Kraken would start to lick its wounds and then scurry off. So that was a thing. That's not a sign or anything, right? And so we proceeded to dig. Here's the thing about these quests. The loot table appears to be random, but on a low scale. Castaway chests and seafarer chests galore, along with sugar crates and, surprisingly enough, fireworks. And don't get me started on ancient goblets and foul bounty skulls. Seriously, these quest board maps were turning out to be a lot less lucrative at first glance than I had anticipated. And then there's the extra difficulty in actually attempting to do this in the Devil's Roar. I thought it would be easier to complete this challenge here because of the proximity of the islands to each other. But it seemed like today was not my day when it came to volcanoes. Time and again I would have to deal with them, either when they hit my ship, or me, or both. I swear, sometimes I think the game is messing with me, because I park my ship quite a ways away, but a molten rock seems to always be coming for me. Just like that. A quick sword lunge back to the ship, and luckily, we were able to recover her before she sank and moved a little further off. But that wasn't the only time a volcano would be getting in my way this session. It seemed like every time we went to a new dig location, the volcano either on the island or nearby would erupt. I could say that this was Rare attempting to provide content for this video, but I would have much rather them send a shrouded ghost my way instead, you know? Yes, I could have done this in the wilds, ancient isles, or the shores of plenty. But if it's not volcanoes, it's other players. I know some of you. You would have taken one look at the loot on my deck and went, mine. And you know what? I respect that. But I can't just let you have it. I had a challenge to complete. And by the way, all the loot shown is loot directly gained from digging quest board maps. I didn't pick up anything else otherwise, like skeleton order digs or random sea treasure. So now the question was going to be, how much was everything going to come to? At the Docking at Morris Peak Outpost, it was time to sell. Here are a couple quick notes on the treasure we gained. We dug up a surprising number of shipwrecked chests, so if you're needed to complete the Hoarder of Barnacled Gold commendation, this might be a viable alternative, but it's still probably easier to just server hop and find skelly fleets. We dug up only one captain's chest and one cursed chest, the Chest of Sorrow. We also had one crate of extraordinary minerals, but everything else was definitely on the lower end tier of loot. We started our journey at 57 gold. We ended at 53,629. 53,629. This took 7 hours. 7 hours to complete. That's an average hourly gold ratio of 7,661. I haven't had a gold per hour ratio that low since year 1, back in 2018. And this feature was released in December of 2021. And the worst thing about this is, there are no milestone rewards for this either. It's one of the few that you can level up but not get anything out of it. I'm disappointed. I think that the quest boards have the potential to be something great, but as long as players aren't encouraged by greater rewards to participate in it, they will always be on the bottom rung of engagement. Let me know if you agree in the comments, and if you're still here, consider hitting the subscribe button. And until the next adventure, this is Jon Bardcore signing off, saying so long and take care.